What happens when you take 13 of Saskatchewan's best and most creative chefs, along with a room full of local celebrities from the worlds of arts, politics, and entertainment, and introduce them to 17 dedicated organic farmers and the exceptional products they produce. Where you might just get yourself an invitation to dining with the stars.
Hi there, my name's Anthony McCarthy. I'm the executive chef here at the Saskatoon Club. I've taken on the club challenge in the food scene in wanting to bring the best local, the best fresh I can. And all the time I've been here, I've been constantly sourcing that out, speaking to farmers, producers, just trying to get the products on the plate I want. I found when I first came there was a lot of stuff coming off the big truck, and that's not the principle I want to live by. So as much as I can, I've sourced out ingredients that suit my menu and suit my style and my beliefs in what's important on the plate. You know, at the end of the day, what I feed my children is going to dictate who they are and what they are, and help them grow in the future. So it starts at home for me, so I try and transfer that onto the club and my beliefs without banging it on too many people's heads. I just try and do it subtly, just by putting the right ingredients on the plate. That's really what I'm trying to do. I get these ingredients come in, things not necessarily tried before, and taste them, and it gets me excited to realize what I can do with it. So I understand the dialogue with people. It's a lot. Just speaking with the mayor and him telling me of some places he uses I didn't know about. So people who are passionate about it, we need to get them together more and really open up and talk about what is out there, who we can use. You know, be very neighborly about this and bring as much local product to our plates as we can. You know, when you plan your menu at home, just think, is there a local product I could use instead? And try it. And you'll certainly start to notice the difference in flavor. These are some of the menu ideas I have using like I say, we're moving into that fall time where the squash is so beautiful. And then I've had a wild rice supplier get some of that to me from Willow Creek.
Okay.
And just throw a bit of that.
Actually, we're going to have some apple with it as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Again, local. Mike from Trafalgar Bridge, he's growing some great products. I think he had a little bit of winter kill that's left the amount available to us all a little slim, but he's definitely increasing his orchard to meet the demand.
But the soup will be wonderful.
Yeah.
It'll be nice and heavy and
very hearty autumn soup. Yeah.
Be good flavor to it.
And I roast I find roasting the squash brings out a bit more of the sweetness in them.
You roast it?
Yeah. Cut it in half, put some oil and salt and pepper, roast it for a while, and then scoop them out of the skin.
So you just don't
chop it up and throw it in a pot. No, it's roasted. You know, there's a few processes go into it, and then we end up with that really rich, tasty, almost sweet comes out of the squash when it's roasted.
That's why it tastes so good.
Yep. So that'll be one of the courses, and then hemp. I haven't really worked with. I've had some hemp oil and hemp seeds come to me, and both of those I was toying with. So not quite so local, but they're a BC. Ocean-wise product, the Qualicum-based scallop. I don't know if you've enjoyed them here at the club yet or not, but beautiful big scallop, sear up nicely.
Yes.
Yeah. Having tasted these hemp seeds, I think it would make a nice crust on the scallop because it's got that nutty flavour to them, and the scallops are almost sweet because they're so big and juicy and that natural saltwater taste to them.
Right.
So, we'll try that and see if it works. Yeah. And then this other great two local products I was chatting to you a while ago about, the red clover blossom syrup and the sea buckthorn berries, which is that bright orange. They're very tart, and then we add in the syrup, and it just makes an amazing sauce for those scallops. So
well,
I think that will work well.
I can hardly wait for you to get started.
Kind of coming to the end of the greens time locally here, but I might just have enough left in my greenhouse to be
Okay.
able to do it. So I've been playing with the mixed greens and the arugulas and stuff. So
All right.
if I have enough, I'm going to clip them off and we'll bring them down for that.
We had some great tomatoes this year from the farmers market.
Mm-hmm.
They were unbelievable. They were so sweet. And
What I love about these, they took me back to my youth in England, especially a fried breakfast, you know, our bacon
Yes.
and eggs and a fried
They-
tomato. There's that taste, that fried tomato.
well, you do that here quite often.
Yep.
I know. It is phenomenal.
Yeah, and it's a taste you don't get from a bulk produced flavorless tomato. You just don't get that. I find a lot of my foods these days when I'm running into traditional breeds or heritage breeds, things like that, or the tomatoes, or
Yes.
you know, it takes me back to my youth, and it's exciting to think we're getting back to getting the flavors in our food naturally.
Well, there's nothing better than the natural flavors.
Yeah,
Like lots of these foods, like you say, are mass produced.
yeah,
And there is no flavor. There's the color, there's the shape,
yep. And
That's
they're all
it.
identical.
and that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, that was the tomato element.
Okay.
I had some millet seed there. I'm just going to make a little mix-up with some millet, herbs, and pine nuts and bake that in the tomato. So just a simple baked tomato dish.
Pine
as a
nuts are
course.
wonderful.
Aren't they? The price is ridiculous, though. And apparently it's the people harvesting them that realise that there's some value to
There's
them.
value,
Yeah. Jerry and Sheldon from Cactus Lake are coming down, and I've been using their beef.
Yes.
Kind of working through a process because I'm buying the whole animal, so I'm trying to go back to some of the old school braises and stews and casseroles, you know. And
Right.
a lot of those cuts that you can't even buy in the store now, like the one called a clod tender. It's from up in the shoulder area, and
Yeah.
it sounds like it should be nice and tender. It is if it's braised properly. If you were to try and grill it like a steak, you'd be chewing for a week.
Yes.
But, I did some up the other day for a family, and the flavour, you know, you make that sauce out of it once it's braised, and
Yes.
you've got all your vegetables in there, and
Right.
you're just thicking it up a little bit, and some great mashed potato. We're
Yes.
talking about some of those great local
Yes.
potatoes, and there's supper. So, anyway, we're going to use their beef tenderloin. I don't think it's the most flavourful piece, but it is very tender, and we're going to add in a nice sauce with that. These chanterelles, I think we know the province
Yes.
this year's had a fantastic harvest of chanterelle mushrooms with all the moisture we've had. So we stockpile them a bit just to get through the winter with them. We just blanch them very quickly and then blast freeze them, and we put them in shrink wrap bags to maintain not quite that fresh quality, but it's the next closest thing I can get. And
Yes.
you know, I try and keep a lot of the flavors of the summer into the winter. So we'll bring some of those in, and then other ideas I've just been toying around with. Chocolate's not from local, but everyone loves chocolate, so I always find it's a crowd pleaser when you put a chocolate dessert in there.
Yes.
The local raspberries I had from a farm here, I've saved some, so we'll make some ice cream up with that. And that kind of rounds out the meal. Another one I was talking to you about was the Berkshire pork.
Yes.
So I might try and incorporate a bit of that, maybe a bit of belly as one of the courses. 'Cause
Sure.
that, again, is fantastic flavour. So we're trying to do what we can at the club to bring on great food and quality without any of the preservatives that's in so much food these days.
Did you follow all the instructions?
Not much going on just yet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, corn stuff.
It's just, and we have people.
I'm Marion McBride, and I'm the media coordinator for the Food Miles campaign of the Saskatchewan Organic Directorate. Part of my mandate is to increase awareness about local and organic food in Saskatchewan, and so I came up with this idea of creating a television series around 13 events across the province where we are showcasing and enjoying local and organic food with some of the best chefs in the world, in my opinion.
Don Atchison, Mayor of Saskatoon. That's why I got invited tonight. It certainly wasn't for being a green thumb. I think I have a brown thumb. But it's wonderful to be here and to be able to experience all the products that are really either locally grown or grown in the province of Saskatchewan. With Chef Anthony and I, we were talking earlier about all the different market gardens that are around Saskatoon and the farmers market that we have and how successful that has become.
A little history of Food Miles. It evolved out of a initiative SOD when I was president the last couple of years, where we always were approaching the Department of Agriculture. So we decided that there was more to organics than just agriculture, and we had an initiative where we had meetings with various departments from the provincial government, and this Food Miles grant came from the Department of Environment. So we met with health, agriculture, environment, and all the departments that we could with their department heads, and had them come to our meetings. And that's where this came a bit of my brainchild and one other fellow with the Department of Environment, where we actually come up with the idea that that there was an issue of food miles, and probably 75% of what we grow in Saskatchewan we export, and probably that much we import what we eat. So it seems to me that was, so it took a long time, and it was probably, I think, 5 or 6 years ago that we started this, and this is just probably in our last 6 months of this. So this is quite exciting, actually, to have that consumer focus, because that's what we're all about. Is we're nothing as producers without the consumers.
I'm Sheldon Sheck, and I'm one of the producers. I don't think I'm a celebrity producer, but I'm just a producer for now. So enjoy the meal, I guess, tonight. I grow beef, organic beef. Yeah.
I'm Jerry, I'm Sheldon's wife, and we also grow children. We have 4 of those. Much to the claim to fame, no, we're not celebrities, and maybe someday there's hope, but for now we just hope you enjoy the meal that you're about to have.
Hi, I'm Sheldon, and this is my wife, Jerry, and these are our 4 children. It's Hannah on the end, it's Lucas, and Emma, and Haley with the cat.
We actually lived up in northern BC for a couple of years, and just wasn't our lifestyle. The hunting, the skiing, the fishing, it's wonderful, but it wasn't what we were raised upon. So we moved back here to the farm, over almost 15 years ago, and then started raising our family, and just discovered this is where we want to be and something we want to pursue.
When we lived in BC, farmers in BC were fairly important. They were looked upon as being integral part of their economy and of their people, and we felt good about that.
97 we moved home.
97, and then 99 we started farming organically, and 99 was our first certified organic land, and from then on we're fully certified at this point. Yeah, this is actually a family farm. My mom and dad actually still live here, and so yeah, up until we went to university, I farmed here, and then came home for the summers and farmed, and I always thought I guess I was going to be a farmer. So when we went off to work for a few years, and we had the opportunity to come back, and the organic standards are out, and we've got that little Canadian flag on our packaging, and so now we have something that we can say, look, this is helps us say what we mean, and we can go across Canada or across the world and say this is actually from an organic farm. And if the community wouldn't have been good when we started, we would not be in the program. I mean, we weren't tied to organic that strongly at that time. The community is so good. A bunch of learners is what they are. They're really open to new things and helping, and you can't beat that. I mean, from the most successful farmer to the least they're all the same. You know, I couldn't pick one from the other when we started, and it was nice to work with them, and still is, because there's new people coming on. Now the consumers are coming on, which is even more exciting. At first, it was mostly just farmers shipping their grain out, but now we're starting to get local, and it's really exciting because now we might be able to sell our grain and our beef in our own province. Since we like to do things differently sometimes, we took the challenge, and yeah, there were challenges at the beginning, and once we got onto it, I think we were happy we did so, and continued to be happy about it.
From Living Sky Winery, just out in Purdue. It's exceptional. Our next course is with hemp oil, lemon pepper, seared Qualicum Bay scallops, red clover blossom, and sea buckthorn berry sauce. And I know that the hemp oil is provided by Caledonia Farms with Ken and Pamela Irving.
They get flown out here Wednesday night after being plucked out of the ocean that day, and I receive them on Thursday. So they get here as pretty much as fresh you can get seafood in this province. The sauce on the plate is Bedard Acres Creek red clover blossom syrup and sea buckthorn berries, which and that's it. Just those two ingredients blended together, and I love it with the scallops. I think it's
Delicious. Oh my goodness.
Saskatchewan Ocean anytime soon.
This is part of the largest.
This is Lone Farm pork belly.
So on your menu, you'll notice that this is braised pork belly on a beluga and French green lentil pilaf. And if you're wondering about a beluga, it's not a whale. It's actually a black wheat. And the black wheat beluga by name and French green lentil came from Willow Creek. Willow Creek is a wholesaler out of Watson who bring in grain from producers, and then they package and wholesale it out to retailers. And the braised pork belly is actually from Pineview Farms. It's a local producer in Saskatchewan. There's some of Steve and Jan Gunther's carrots tossed in there for flavor. And if you happen to know somebody who's got organic lentils for sale, Ian Miller is looking for them right now. And haven't contracted them.
Oh, I've got a lot of organic land. Special just for you. You don't need to test it or anything, it's okay.
Sample. You can sample the food. Right after this. Right after the until we can wake up Canadian authorities.
No, they didn't win that Outstanding Young Farmer Award for nothing, that's for sure.
Actually,
These two are way. She's very close to being organic. Well, it's different lines and they're produced organically, but they are processing is organic. But I met her up at the Monty meeting and.
I don't want to say anymore.
That's what we put in the tomatoes. That is beautiful. I don't know why I've never had hemp up. Yeah, very well.
For those of you who've tucked away your menus, we have spinach and arugula with flaxseed oil, maple, parmesan, and herb dressing. And we have a raspberry 2010 Living Sky Winery. Incidentally, the Living Sky Winery out at Purdue is giving us all of these glasses of wines, all paired with the food we have in each course. It's fantastic. This is a raspberry. I noticed from the back of my sheet that we have actually Good Life greenhouses, and I'm assuming that's where our arugula and spinach has come from for tonight's salad. And obviously all of the sunflower seeds, I'm assuming, would also have come from Willow Creek Organics, where it would have been packaged and distributed from there as well.
Up on the bridge. And the reason they did that, believe it or not, the half of the bridge had disappeared.
Those crazy days. Oh, we got plans for that too. Right now we're missing a football game and then there's a hockey game.
So when did we get the rest?
So they brought me some
The big money.
So if you'll notice on the back, we have Good Life greenhouses again, and I understand that's a greenhouse that's operating nice, that they've got fresh tomatoes yet, and that is out by Clavette on Highway 16, according to my authorities here. And millet, I would assume probably from Willow Creek. But the hemp hearts, which is, we're just kind of getting used to this whole hemp idea, hemp oil and hemp hearts. And there's a lot of chefs around Western Canada who are taking an interest in using hemp as an alternative for other things, such as the pine nuts. But hemp hearts is those little circle things that you're seeing in the middle of your braised tomato. And what a beautiful job Chef Anthony has made of the table presentation and everything. So, and once again, from Living Sky Winery out of Purdue, who have lots of fruit wines. And fruit wines are a very well kept secret. Those who are grape aficionados haven't realized that they're also a fruit. And so in Saskatchewan, we grow apples and raspberries and rhubarb and strawberries, etc., and chokecherries. And they make excellent wine, and we've had an excellent selection of all of those tonight. So enjoy. And this is our 5th course tonight.
Quite a bit of wine before I eat, so I don't really know after what you serves me. So it's all good.
I just find something illegal.
Well, here we've got the beef tenderloin, which is what I put on the menu, and I thought, you know what, it's a beautiful cut of beef, but it's not the most flavour in the animal. So I made some of the shank up too, so we did a nice long slow braise with the shank, which is tucked underneath. So you kind of got the yin and the yang with the meats. They're both equally as tender, but very different cooking times. So anyway, these guys have been working with now for over 2 years, I guess. And we're slowly getting a system together to get more constant supply of beef. So I love it, and I really hope you guys enjoy it too.
And we won't take the animals across the bridge.
What?
This one is stacked. This is amazing.
Our vegetables, our potatoes and vegetables, are also from our featured producers, Stephen and
Yep,
Jan.
we've got the potatoes and the beets there. Chanterelles have come from White Fox, and the fava's actually from Worley.
Okay. Is this is the candy cane beet? Is it
Yep.
not? Yeah.
Yep.
Just making sure.
We just steam them slightly, then we roast them. I really like roasting beets because you get that extra sweet flavour coming out of them that way. So, yeah.
So we have both of our featured producers tonight on this course.
It's the only beef with an aphrodisiac in it.
And your wife's away.
It's a good thing you gave the warning before everybody got into it.
You all have to be sworn.
Maybe it's the wine. I don't know.
Secrecy.
Maybe it's the wine.
We're actually doing it.
Oh yeah, I think that's a lot
It was serious. That's different. But even at, like I've been at St. Joe's quite a bit, and huge. And it's amazing, just amazing. The other it's so good.
Well, that's how there's a couple of major events that are coming
And get involved.
Get involved in those.
But how do I get involved? Because I don't know.
I'm interested to hear more about your company though.
Thank you, man. Thanks for all the great recipes.
Oh, my pleasure. Anytime, anytime.
I'm taking credit for them.
I'll take the cash, okay?
We have had just a wonderful evening here tonight with organic producers and consumers, and Mayor Dawn Atchison is our celebrity guest who's hosted us royally tonight. And so I want to give to you a certificate of appreciation. It's awarded to the Saskatoon Club and Chef Anthony McCarthy in particular, and in appreciation of your participation in Dine with a Star, our new program, and in furthering the cause of local and organic food. And I'm reading from this. Awareness SOD has gifted you a 1-year complimentary membership to SOD, which allows you to receive SOD newsletters and be part of the organic industry community around Saskatchewan. And we just really want to thank you for your participation in leading our premiere, our original event, and it's just been a fantastic event, as I'm sure everyone will attest to, sitting around the table and finishing off their chocolate and raspberry and ice cream that we're drinking.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I understand the challenges that each and every one of you have on an ongoing basis. But in the end, will it make a difference? I think the answer is a resounding yes. Do people appreciate what you do? Absolutely. And because of that, you really are making our city and our province and great nation of Canada what it is, a place that truly does shine. And I thank you ever so much for giving me this opportunity to dine with you this evening and have this wonderful evening. Thanks ever so much.
Thank you so much for that.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
It's very nice of you to have.